Hi everyone, I hope your Monday is awesome. It is August the 3rd, 2026, and we have clouds today, and I was going to go out and make some videos for you, share some things with you, but it is so windy. I almost blew over. It totally wrecks the hair, and so I pulled that back. And it's really, really windy, and what it's doing is like sprinkling a little bit. It's pretending like it's gonna rain, and then it sprinkles, and then the wind is blowing fiercely, and then it just makes all the cars filthy. And I went through the car wash, but maybe my car will be clean for an hour or two. I wanted to share some things about the fires that have been burning in Colorado. Our air quality is terrible. They're very much still burning. My husband's allergies are very affected by the particulates in the air, and for him it's like a nose throat thing, and for me, my eyes burn, and it's really awful, and it was very orangey pinky, but not like immediate. It's sort of the particulates in the air are going to make for a beautiful sunset, and that's because they're still burning. And so let's talk about two of those. There's several fires that are burning in Colorado and Utah, definitely awful and creating awful air quality for so many people. Earlier today when the sun was out, it was like 102. Denver just broke a record, and so with the smoky awful air, it just makes it all the more miserable. And so just west of Pueblo, the Aspen Acres fire has continued to burn, but it has a lot more containment, approximately 65%. And the town of Beulah, which is just between the mountain range and I-25 where Pueblo is, and the fire happened in those areas. And so Beulah was pretty much the only place that was spared, and it's sort of like in a geographic bowl. And so now the rain has moved over the region, and we're not getting all that rain, but they have gotten a lot. And so there's mud flows and flooding where people's cars, their propane and oil tanks that they use to power their homes, are stuck in mud and debris and whatnot. And that's what's happening, and they're trying to create the firefighters are creating like earthen kind of ditches and whatnot to help direct flood flow. And so when we go over to Ouray, which is really remote in the south, kind of central southwestern part of the state, at a very horrible, very difficult to fight fire, has burned about not 30, 40, about 40,000 acres over there, and so still burning, has a lot of containment, which is fantastic, but the burn scar on those steep mountains with all the rain has caused mudslides, and the $1 million highway is really literal. It cost $1 million, at least dollars to build it. It is just jacked right into the side of a mountain with a 400-foot drop off, and it's so precarious. There's no railing, so that in the wintertime when it receives tons of snow, then it can be plowed off so that trucks and cars can pass. And I don't know why they can't have one of those vehicles or whatever that like sucks up the snow and then blows it over the side. That would be so much safer. It's a really, if you type into Google or whatever, the most dangerous roads in America, that one is always going to come up. It's a stretch of road between Ouray and Silverton, Colorado, on Highway 550. And so part of that road has been taken out by the mudslides, and those burn scars are not going to heal overnight. It takes years. You'll be able to go into those areas when it's safe and see the burn scar area, and the root systems, of all the plants and trees and whatnot need to reestablish. The vegetation needs to regrow, and the soil, when it's burned, becomes hydrophobic. It'll repel water, and so until vegetation reestablishes itself, that water is just going to flow right over the burned soil, and that makes for very dangerous conditions for travelers, for residents. There's people that can't go home because maybe there's only one way, and those mudslides are just keeping people out of their home, destroying their homes, and keeping them away from their homes. And so this is caused by climate change, and so do your part to participate in protecting our planet from climate change, and everything from buying earth-friendly products that you know, without plastic, like this, one of my favorite, the blackberry lemonade Waterloo. It's awesome. No plastic, it comes in cardboard, and it's just one example of like millions of examples of things we can do to help protect our earth. You know, voting is really important because some of our leaders don't care, and they just want to do deals and you know, make money without regard for our planet. And because of those votes, because of that leadership, now we have a lot of people that are in danger. And this is just in this area. We just talked about the Aspen acre and Gold Mountain burn scars. There, you know, you could go on for years about the different dangers across just our country from climate change. And so try to do your part. Thank you so much for coming here and clicking on this video. My name is Charla, and I'm really grateful. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.